Hello everybody, today we start with the new chapter in ICSE Maths 9th Standard. The second chapter of the syllabus from ML Agarwal textbook is compound interest. Now we very well know that when we talk about interest, that means the extra money what you are going to get by depositing or keeping some money in a bank or some particular place for a particular number of years or number of particular months. So when that particular extra money what you get from that, or the earnings what you get by depositing that money for a longer period of time in that particular bank or the investment agency, is called as interest. So interest is that additional money what you are going to get on your, what you are going to get deposit is called as the principal. So the principal is what you invest. Okay, what you invest is the principal, and the earnings what you get on the principal is called as the interest. So we have learned that there are two types of interest. The one is a simple interest, and the simple interest, if you remember, it was nothing but SI is equals to PRT upon 100. The P was the principal, R is the rate of interest at which you are going to get, and T is the time period in years. The second one is called in the compound interest. Now what is compound interest? Compound interest is when you are not going to withdraw the money every year. That means in case of simple interest, what used to happen was that you have placed 10,000 rupees for say 3 years, but क्या होता था, you are getting the interest at the end of every year, and that's why your principal remains the same. But in this case, in case of compound interest, your principal is going to change every year, because the simple interest what you are earning on this, on that amount or the principal, is not going to be given back to you, but it will be invested and will be added to the principal. So एक साल के बाद में, if 10,000 is giving you an interest of let's say 1,000 rupees, then your next year the principal is not 10,000, it is now 11,000. And you will be earning interest on 11,000 for the next year. So basically what we can say is compound interest is interest received on the interest over here. Okay, interest on interest. Okay, जो मुझे interest earnings मिला, वो earnings के मुझे ऊपर जो earnings मिला, that is nothing but the compound interest. Compound, okay, means multiplication, or compound means basically it is multiplication, or you can say compounding, or when mixing up, okay, adding it up. So that's why compound interest will be interest on interest. Now to find out the compound interest, you are going to have two methods. One method is the method of simple interest, जहाँ पे we are going to find out the simple interest for each and every term, and then we are going to add that interest to the principal, and you will have a new principal every year. Okay, every year your principal is going to increase by the interest amount what you are receiving in the previous year, and accordingly you are going to find out the compound interest. And the second method is to use a formula for compound interest. Okay, so the first exercise what you are having over here is based on the compound interest, so calculated by the simple interest method. So the first exercise is completely based on simple interest. Secondly is, in the first exercise you will find that they are also asking you the intermediate amounts. Like if you say that 10,000 rupees were invested for 3 years, then they ask you what will be the interest for the second year, what will be the sum at the end of 2 years, what will be the sum at the start of the 3 years. So ऐसे करके they will keep on asking you intermediate questions. Whereas when we are using the compound interest ka formula, at that time you cannot get the intermediate values. You will get a direct value after 3 years क्या होगा, after 3 years what will be the amount, what will be the compound interest, वो सब after 3 years या after 4 years उसका directly answers मिलेगा. So whenever any question is there which asks you about the intermediate values, you will have no choice but to use the simple interest method multiple times. Okay, so that is about the thing. Now one more important thing over here is about the interest being calculated on quarterly basis or half yearly basis. So that's why they will always tell you that when is the interest compounded. Is the interest compounded annually? If the interest is compounded annually, that means the interest you are going to get is yearly. So that's why your principal is going to change yearly. If the interest is given semi-annually, then the rate of interest becomes half, but your principal is going to be changing every 6 months. That's why you will be calculating the simple interest for 6 months, change the principal, again for another 6 months, then again change the principal, then again 6 months. ऐसे करके you are going to do every 6 months, 6 monthly. That is semi-annually. So if it is given that the principal is compounded annually, then it is directly every year to year your principal changes. But if it is semi-annually, it will be every 6 months that your principal is changing. So you will be getting the the interest twice a year. And that is the reason your rate of interest, which is per annum, becomes half of it, because it will be now half yearly. Okay, so when we do the sums, it will be much more easier for you to understand this thing. So these are the certain basic principles what you're having. Now certain the formula over here, one will be this formula, and the second formula what we'll be using will be that amount is equals to principal plus SI. Okay, these are the main two ones, so quite easy things, so nothing which you don't know, because you have been doing simple interest in the 8th standard also. So anyways, we will be going through the sums one by one. Now we are starting with exercise number 2.1, the first sum. So that's the exercise number 2.1, the first sum. So we start with the first sum. Find the amount in compound interest on 8,000 for 5% per annum. So what we are given, we are going to write the first thing is principal is equals to rupees 8,000. The rate of interest is equals to 5%. The time period T is equals to 2 years. Okay. Now for first year, so that's what we'll be writing over here as SI1 is equals to PRT upon 100, where it will be 8,000 into 5 into 1. Now this is only for 1 year. So the time period, bhale yahan pe 2 years hai, we will be taking only yearly. Why we are taking yearly? Because my principal is going to change. So that's why it will be this upon 100. So that gives me as 8 5 is 40. So it will be 400 rupees. Accordingly, my amount will be equal to A1 will be equal to 8,000 plus 400 is equals to rupees 8400. Therefore, P2 is equals to rupees 8400. Accordingly, we have as I2 will be equal to PRT upon 100. So that will be 8400 into 5 into 1 upon 100. That will be 5 4s are 20 and 5 8s the 42. So it is 420 rupees. So now the amount, so amount will be equal to 8400 plus 420 is equals to rupees 8820. So amount is equals to 8820, and the compound interest. Now what is the compound interest? CI will be equal to amount minus principal, that is 8820 minus 8,000. So that is going to be rupees 820. So you can see this is how we are going to solve the sums. You are going to make use of the simple interest formula twice or thrice depending upon what is the question given to you. If the question is given to you to find out the interest of 2 years, then twice, 3 years, so thrice and so on. Okay, so this is how we are going to do the sums. So let's start with sum number 3 now. Okay, question number 3. Calculate the compound interest for the second year on 8,000 invested for 3 years at 8, and also find the sum due at the end of third year. So compound interest for the second year is asked, so we will do it that way. So first is principal is equals to rupees 8,000. Rate of interest is equals to 10%. T is equals to 3 years. So first one, SI1 will be equal to PRT upon 100, that is 8,000 into 10 into 1 upon 100. Remember not to take more than 1 year over here because it's always going to be 1 year. So 800 rupees. So A1 will be equal to 8,000 plus 800, that is equals to rupees 8,800. Therefore P2 is equals to rupees 8,800. So SI2 is equals to going to be equal to 8,800 into 10 into 1 upon 100. That will give me as rupees 880. So therefore they asked us the compound interest for the second year. For the second year. So there's a difference between compound interest for 2 years and compound interest for the second year. Compound interest for second year is 880. But compound interest for 2 years would have been 800 plus this one. Okay, they asked us second year. So therefore CI for second year is equals to rupees 880. The next what we want to find out is the sum due at the end of third year. So now we are going to take it over here as A2 is equals to 8,800 plus 800, 880, sorry, plus 880. So that will give you 0, 8, 8 plus 8, 16 and then 9, 9680. So you get P3 is equals to rupees 9680. That's the principal for the third year, and they asked us the sum due at the end of third year. So that's why we are going to find out SI3, which will be equal to 9680 into 10 into 1 upon 100. So that gives you as rupees 968. So therefore amount 3 will be equal to 9680 plus 968 will be 8, and then 8 and 6 will be 14, and 9, 10, 16, to 10648. So the answer will be given as 10,648 for exercise number 2.1 third sum. Right, so we now move on to sum number 5. Now, do not use calculators in this chapter, because if you use the calculators, right now it will seem very easy, but when you come to the examination point of view, then in the examination it will be very difficult for you to solve without the calculator. So that's why make a habit of not using the calculator and using your mental maths or just a rough work over there. So let's come question number 5. The simple interest of a sum of money for 2 years at 12% per annum is 1380 for 2 years. Okay. So it is given that SI for 2 years is equals to 1380. We know that simple interest for all the number of years is always the same. So if I know that SI for 2 years is 1380, then SI for 1 year will be half of this. So SI for 1 year will be equal to 1380 upon 2, that will be 690 rupees. Okay. You need to find out the sum. The rate of interest is given to you as 12%. So we know now that SI is equals to PRT upon 100, where this is 690 is equals to P into R is 12% into time is 1 year into 100. Right? Yeah, even if you are taken 2 years, it's going to be the same thing, because just you have to take 2 years, then automatically it is going to be the same thing. But anyway, it just straight to me like to do it this way. But anyways, if you take it as PRT upon 2 and we'll take this as 2. So if you make this, you don't use this step and you write down here 1380 and make this as 2, then also it's one and the same thing. So you get P is equals to 1380 into 100 upon 12 into 2. So 6 2s are and 6 2s are 12 and 230. Okay, so this will give you as 115 and then this will give you as 50. Accordingly, it will be rupees 5 5s are 25, 5 and the 5, 6 7, 5 and the 5 and then 0. So 5 5 7 yeah, right. So this will be 5,750 rupees is the sum. That is question number 5. And then we are asked also to find out the compound interest for the sum for 1 year payable half yearly at the same rate. So you have to find out the compound interest for the sum for 1 year payable half yearly. So automatically you want to do it twice. So now you have the SI1 will be equal to PRT upon 100. So where P is 5750 into rate of interest, it is given the rate of 12%. तो अभी half yearly है तो 6% हो गया. See here, it can see right over here for half yearly R is equals to 12 upon 2 is equals to 6% and N will be equal to 1 year is equals to 2 because 2 times, okay, 2 times you are going to get the interest, therefore the number of time you are going to do is twice. So T will be 1 upon 100. So this gives you as 6 5s are 30 and 6 are 42, 45, 34 upon 10 is rupees 345. So principal 2 will be equal to 5750 plus 345 will be equal to 59006095 and therefore SI2 will be equal to 6095 into 6 into 1 upon 100. So 6 5s are 30, 6 54, 57 and 5 and 6 are 36 upon 100 is equals to rupees 365.70. The question is to find the compound interest for 1 year. So the CI will be equal to SI1 plus SI2 will be equal to 345 plus 365.70. That will be given as 70 and then 0. This will be 11 and 7. So 710 rupees. So 710.70 rupees will be the answer for sum number 5. Let's just check it out. Yeah, it's the right answer. We now move on to sum number 7. Okay, sum number 7. Mr. Lalit invested rupees 5,000 at a certain sum of interest compounded annually for 2 years. At the end of the first year, it amounts to 5325. Calculate the rate of interest and the amount. Okay, so we have over here question number 7. We have got the A1 is equals to rupees 5325. P1 is equals to rupees 5,000. So accordingly, my SI1 is equals to 5325 minus 5,000 is equals to rupees 325. So we know that R is equals to SI into 100 upon P into T, that is 325 into 100 upon 5,000 into 1. So 5 6 are 30 and 25 65, so it will be 6.5% is the rate of interest. The next thing is amount at the end of second year in the next rupee. So amount in the second year, so we know here that SI2 is equals to 5325 into 6.5 into 1 upon 100. So that will be 5325 into 65. 5 5s are 25, 5 is a 10, 11, 12, 5 15, 16, 25, 26. 0, 6 5 are 30, and 6 to 12, 15, 18, 19, 30, 31. So it will be 5, 2, 1, 6, 1, 4, 3. So it will be given as 6, 3, 4, 6, 1, 2, 5 upon 100.5. So it will be rupees 360, 346.125. Therefore, amount, they asked us what is the amount at the end of the second year. So amount is equals to 53325 plus 346.13. So that will be 0.13, 6 and this will be 11, 6 and 7, 3, 6 and 5. So that will give you as 5671.13. To the nearest rupee they asked us, so it will be is equals to rupees 5671. That is to the nearest rupee. Now to sum number 9. Okay, sum number 9. Find the amount in the compound interest on rupees 2000 at 10% per annum for 2.5 years compounded annually. Okay, so we have over here the principal is equal to rupees 2000. The rate of interest is given as 10% per annum, and the number of years is 2.5 years. So we are going to do it for 1 year, second year, and then half year. ऐसे करके करना पड़ेगा. So let's take one by one. That is SI1 will be equal to 2000 into 10 into 1 upon 100. So that gives you is equals to 200. So P2 is equals to 2000 plus 200 is equals to rupees 2200. So SI2 will be equal to 2200 into 10 into 1 upon 100. That is rupees equal to 220. So for the P3 will be equal to 220 plus 2200, it will be 2420. Now you are going to take it as now the third answer. SI 2.5 will be equal to 2420 into the number of years. The rate of interest we can take it as half yearly, तो सीधा सीधा one term ही हो जाएगा. So 10% के बदले it will become 5% into 1 upon 100. So that will give you as 121. So it is rupees 121. Therefore amount will be equal to 2420 plus 121 is equals to rupees 2541. The question they asked is the amount and the compound interest. So amount is this one, and CI will be equal to 2541 minus 2000 is equals to rupees 541. So that's the two answers, amount and the compound interest for 2000 for 2.5 years over here. So that is 2541 and 541. We now move on to sum number 11. Okay, sum number 11 is here. Calculate the amount and the compound interest for 5,000 in 2 years when the rate of interest for successive years is 3%, 8%. So it is given here that the principal is rupees 5,000, but the rate of interest is R1 is equals to 6% and R2 is equals to 8%. Okay, so what we'll do is that we'll find out SI1 with 6%, that is 5,000 into 6 into 1 upon 100. That will give you as rupees 300. So my principal 2 will be equal to 5,000 plus 300 is equal to rupees 5,300. Now my SI2 will be equal to 5,300. PR will be 8 into 1 upon 100. So that will be 3s are 24 and 8 5 are 40, 42. So that will be equal to 424. You need to find out the amount and the compound interest. So the amount is equal to 5300 plus 424. That will be equal to rupees 5724. And the CI will be equal to 5724 minus 5000 is equal to rupees 724. So that's a sum number 11. Compound interest 5724 and one sec. Compound interest for 5004 in 2 years when the rate of successive. Yeah, okay. So 11 sum is 5724 and 724. Yeah, perfectly right. So now we move on to sum number 13. Now you can see in the number 13 they have got asked you multiple questions. So let's go one by one with the same. Sum number 13. A sum of 9,600 is invested for 3 years at 10% per annum in compound interest. So you have the principal to be as rupees 9,600. The rate of interest is given as rupees 10% and the time period is 3 years. So now the first part over here is what is sum due at the end of first year. So we have the year SI1 is equals to P. Okay, I don't need to write this thing. It will be 9600 into 10 into 1 upon 100. So that is going to be 960. So my amount 1, that is the first answer, will be equal to 9600 plus 960 is equal to 069 plus 6 is 15 and that is 1056 rupees. Second is what is the sum due at the end of the second year. So now again the same pair SI2 will be equal to 10560 into 10 into 1 upon 100. So that gives you as rupees 1056. Therefore my A2 will be equal to 10560 plus 1056 is going to be 6 then 11 and then 6 and then 0 and 1. 10616 will be the answer for the second answer. So the second answer will be the amount at the end of sum at the end of the second year will be 10,616. We move on to the third part. Find the compound interest earned in the second year. Earned in second year. So that's the third answer also. So CI second year is equal to rupees 1056 because that is the answer over here. That is CI for second year is 1056. Now find the difference between the second and the first answer. Second and the first answer. So that's fourth part. Difference is equals to 10616 minus 10560 is equals to rupees. This will be 6. Okay, 1 के बदले आएगा इधर 11 तो 5 and then 5 and 0 and 1. One sec. 11616. Okay, that is again going to be the same thing. So you can see that the third answer and the fourth answer will be the same because exactly it's the difference. Hence, write down the compound interest for the third year. So the CI for the third year. So we can see the third part over here that SI3 will be equal to 11616 into 10 into 1 upon 100. So that will be giving you as rupees 1161.60. So CI compound interest for the third year is 1161.60. That is the sum number 13. So sum number 13 ka answer is 10560, 11616, 2016. Yeah, it will be. One sec. Yeah, total of this thing. One sec. It is earned in 2 years. Sorry, यहाँ पे second year नहीं है. SCI earned in 2 years है. So CI in 2 years is equals to this plus 960. That will be rupees 6112 2116. So Yeah, I made a mistake. I thought that it is for the second year, but not second year. It is for the 2 years. So it will be given as 2016. Yeah, that's right. 216. 960 plus this, so 6, 11, 10, yeah, 2016. And finally, the answer for the next part is given as 1056, and finally it is 105. 116.60. They are asked something else also. Yeah, they are asked two things and find the interest on this sum for 1 year. Okay, so that I missed out. Interest for this sum in 1 year. So fourth ka second part is you got the interest is equals to 1056 into 10 into 1 upon 100. So that is going to be rupees 105.60. Okay, that is what I missed out. Yeah, that is the problem with the big sum, because when you have got too many things to be asked, too many things asked, automatically you may miss out something. So be very careful when you are doing these sums. You should not miss out anything, otherwise you lose unnecessary marks. So that's why you see that I had made a mistake over here, because I did not read the complete sum. I just saw that answer 1 and 2 and find the interest. जो part जो था वो मेरा leave हो गया था, right? So that was sum number 13. We are now sum number 15 and 17. I think I'll take it in the next video.